That's because you didn't read the emails
I
that
know.
I sent.
That's probably true.
All right, sweetheart.
Am I good?
Yeah.
Am I good? Okay. Back. How much room do I have to? Okay. Are we ready? You didn't tell me I was recording it either.
Well, you didn't want to.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, it's going to be on the 5 o'clock news.
Woo-hoo! I've always wanted to be on the news. Hello, my name is Susan Nelson, and I'm going to share a story. This is a time we've all found ourselves in compromising positions and a little embarrassing positions, and this is a story about that. So at this particular time in my life, I was in a very dire position. I was in the hospital. I was in a coma. I was not able to care for myself, and I was fighting for my life. And part of that fighting was that in my mind I was somewhere else, and not really. I could hear what was going around me. I was interpreting it completely different. And so at the time, what I was interpreting was that I was in a place where people were grooming me, and they had these things, and they were holding me down, and they were, controlling me, and I needed to escape. So in this sub-reality of mine, I was pulling out the IVs, and I was pulling out the tubes from down my throat, and all of this stuff, and I was harming my body. So the nurses, every time I did this, the alarms would go off, and the nurses would come in, and they'd have to re-put in IVs, and they'd re-put in, and it was just getting very dangerous for me and my health. So they got an order, a restraining order, not like a stalking restraining order, but a restraining order that they could restrain me. And what they did is they had to strap my arms down so that I couldn't do this and try to, because once I pulled them out, then I was in, like I said, dire straits. So they had my arms strapped down. Well, of course, I don't know any of this is going on. Again, I'm in my own, reality. So I learned of this several months after I'm recovered and I'm over this crisis. And I learned it from a friend, and he said, I always wanted to know what you look like naked. This was a guy friend of mine that we had been friends for a long time, and we were not romantic or anything like that. And he said, I always wanted to know what you look like naked, but I never thought it was going to be the way I saw you. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, when did you see me naked? So he shared this story with me. So my arms were strapped down, I'm in the hospital, I'm in a different place, and he comes to visit. He walks in, he takes a look at me, he turns around, he goes back to the nurse's station, he says, y'all need to go check on that girl. And he said, oh yeah, we just gave her meds, she's fine, we'll be in, you can go in to visit. He goes, no, you need to go and check on her. So the nurses come in, and sure enough, they find me, arms over my head, as much as they could be. They were like, I guess it was more like this, legs hanging off the bed, gown up over my head. All of my IVs and stuff were like either out or on the verge of being out. I'm hanging off the bed. I was trying to escape again. So this time they said, well, we're going to fix that. And they got another restraining order, and they strapped my legs down. Because yes, I had pulled everything out with my toes, and that's my naked story. Is that it? How much time was that? Because I hadn't timed it.